Hey YouTube, this is the art of prepping. Everybody's talking about their New Year's resolutions, and you hear it every year. Sometimes it's the same resolution. It's the same resolution from the same people every year, and you're like, wow. How did that work out last year? Obviously, it was a fail because they have to repeat themselves. And so I don't know what to say, but I do. That's why I have a video here. So let me get on track here. The thing about resolutions is that some people, they create a goal for the year that's way too big, way too unrealistic. And it's just like, what? You want to learn a foreign language and be fluent in 12 months, and you're not going to actually move to that part of the world? Do you know how difficult that's going to be? Plus, you have a family to take care of, and plus, you have a full-time job? Oh, wow, that's going to be a really doable goal. Then there's other people that want to lose all this weight or be like athlete level, physically fit, like off the chart kind of thing. And, definitely you can get a lot more fit, and definitely you can lose a lot of weight in 1 year. But instead of just saying, yeah, I'm just going to be like an athlete by the end of the year, or yeah, I'm going to be so trim and perfect, they don't even actually say to anybody, hey, hold me accountable, and I have specific definitions of what it means to lose weight. For example, I'm going to try to lose 3 pounds a month, or 5 pounds a month. They typically say try not to do more than like 1 to 2 pounds a week, because you can put a little bit of stress on your body. Now, of course, there's a lot of things in the beginning. It's mostly water weight. But anyways, let's not talk about all that. But let's just say, hey, we need to have specific parameters and have specific types of, how would you say it? I guess you would be like, you need to be specific. And so you have to have specific, guidelines to define and to have contrast to know if your goal is met or not. You have to have that. You have to have those data points. So that's what you need to do. First of all, you need to get crazy motivated. You need to make sure that it's something that you can pick that you are going to be like lock and load. You're going to be just freaking I'm going to do it and nothing can ever stop me. And so you got to believe that you're going to do it, and there's no doubt. And then after you get to that point, share that with everybody, your plan, because that's what you need to do next. Create a detailed plan. I mean, detailed. Like, for example, if you're losing weight, how many ounces a day you should lose, or how many pounds a week. And you should, check it, weigh yourself and share it with everyone. Now, that's kind of where social media could come in handy to hold you accountable. And so you don't want to disappoint people. So you can use peer pressure in a good way. But otherwise, there might be other things that are more personal that you don't want to share. But then you yourself need to make sure it's something that you can be seriously motivated throughout the year. And so what I've learned over the years, instead of having multiple goals, for me, I kind of share this with you because I think this is good for most personalities. Some people can do multiple goals, no problem. And I ended up doing that, multiple goals typically, but I always start out with just one. So there's no other distraction. There's no more thing like, oh, I don't know if I can finish this first one. Maybe I should skip it and go to the next one. So instead, though, if I just have one really good goal that I really believe in and I'm passionate about, I can just get really into it and tear into it and just think of nothing else but that. And just remember, it takes about 30 days for the average human to create a new habit. So that first month here in January, if you're starting your goal in January, which a lot of people try to do, it's like one of the worst months, though, to try to be more fit because basically, you're not going to be outside as much because it's colder or snowing or there's whatever. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't join a membership or something to a gym, or if you have your own gym, equipment at home, you can use that, but you don't even need that. Years ago, I was a bit overweight. And so what I did before I understood about nutrition and everything, I just got on the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, and I just played games. The interactive ones, the ones you can jog on there and do different like activities and sports. And I did that. I think I did it for 3.5 months, and I lost 40 pounds. No freaking joke. Now, of course, that motivated me to also go out and do jogs in real life as well. But the vast majority of my jogs for the first 2 months were just in the living room, doing jogging in place. No joke about it. And then I did get a kind of like an injury to my ankle because I did it so much that I kind of like sprained my ankle really bad. And then I healed up, and then I started doing a lot more outside, which was a lot more natural movement. And so this is what I encourage you that have very specific goals. Share it, be accountable for it. Make sure other people hold you to this goal and hold you to the accountability level you need and you want, and just get obsessed about it. Now, this is one type of obsession that is okay. And so you want to freaking just dream it. You want to think it. You want to be it. And so if you're going to want to be maybe someone that wants to lose weight, then the reason I even bring this up is because a lot of people actually use that one as the main goal for their, everybody wants to lose weight, heck, I even want to lose like 5 pounds, to be to my ideal weight. But, everybody tends to be wanting to do something typically to better themselves. And it just happens to be probably one of the more common one is to lose a little bit of weight, if not a lot. Or to eat better or healthy. But once again, they're also generic. Sometimes they're so unspecified. That's where we lose. We already fail from the beginning before we even start because we don't even have a plan. We don't even know how to define our success because we haven't even defined our success. So be mindful of that. Now, after we have all the accountability and we know exactly what we're going to do and we're motivated to the T and we can't even go to sleep because we're so pumped to do what we're trying to do to meet our goal, then we want to make sure that we can, just keep on checking off the list as we go through and watch our progress and celebrate the progress, especially if your goal takes many months. If it could take the whole year for some goals. And if so, you want to really celebrate, maybe on a weekly or a bi-weekly, basis, and have an actual, very enjoyable type of process, something that you enjoy, you do purposefully to reinforce that what you've done before to help get further through your goal. And so you keep doing that until the goal is, complete. And after the end, you have a massive celebration, and you share with everybody that you are successful, because you will be if you want to, but you have to set yourself up and do the things, not just think and not just keep it in the back of your mind as a wishful thinking kind of thing. And, it would be great if I, learned, 400 new words in Spanish as you move toward being more fluent in Spanish. But if you don't even have the words outlined, if you don't even know how many words, for example, you want to learn, if you just don't know anything and all you say, I just want to learn some Spanish because I want to be fluent, that ain't going to work. It just never works. So hopefully this is a good tip for this. Now, in terms of prepping, because this is a preparedness channel and we do things like prepping and mindfulness and just being aware of our surroundings on this channel, that prepping is kind of on the same line. For all the new people, and I've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last few months, hundreds of new people joined, welcome aboard to the channel. But I just want to say, hey, make sure you have your basics first. Instead of worrying about the newest compass and the awesome night vision or some kind of binoculars or some souped up backpack or the newest shotgun, you might want to really be concerned about all the basic stuff to keep you alive for common disasters and emergencies. So, water purification, water storage, means some basic food put back, some basic security, types of skills, and, maybe whatever weapon is allowed in your environment or legal, that you know how to use them first, and you know how to maintain them and go on and on. First aid is humongous. If you really don't have a first aid kit, or don't know anything about first aid and trauma care, and you have no skills, just like if you didn't have any skills in making a fire, man, you really want to push that to the front of the list. So if your goals are anything to do with being more prepared, which hopefully they are on some level, then you may want to make a master list and this is just what I would do, is maybe do like one skill a week. So it's not overwhelming. And you could do this in a matter of an hour or two potentially on the weekend sometime when you have free time. Of course, I would block out a couple hours on that weekend so you know for sure you have time to be, doing this so you can complete this. But once a week for like 2 to 3 hours at most, you could go and basically learn a new skill. Fire making, how to practice a first aid procedure, whatever. Maybe it's just trying to get practice on how to reconstitute freeze-dried food and practice on how to cook it so that it's not so foreign if you're forced into that situation. Whatever it is, you want to just try and learn at least one new skill a week is what I would recommend if you're doing skill building for the year. And so that could be 50 to 52 skills, depending on how many, weeks you actually do this. But basically, you could have around 50 skills, new skills learned in a year, which is massive for your increased chances of survival. That's going to massively increase your ability to thrive and survive. So just keep that in mind. That could be, a possible option. And also just think about how things accumulate and how they build on each other, if you will. For example, if you went to the grocery store and you bought like your groceries and you just added 5 little canned goods a week. Once a week you go shopping, let's say. Well, if you did that for 50 weeks, let's just say for 50 freaking weeks, just for a round number, in 1 year, that's 250 canned goods. And it's only like a few dollars a week. Literally, like it's just like, depends on what canned goods you got, but if you just got 5, they could be anywhere from 50 cents to maybe $1 a canned good. So it could be anywhere from maybe like $2.50 to $5 extra a week. And at the end of the year, you would have 250 canned goods, and you can start rotating after that first year. You can start rotating and start consuming some. And when you get some new canned goods, put them in the back, of the shelf. And so the oldest ones are up front, so you can have a rotation. Now, that would be amazing for a new person, just to help build up their short-term food supply. So things like that is just a suggestion and an idea that you can start. And so whatever your goals are, and they can be several, but just whatever it is, maybe just go gung-ho on one. And, if you can knock it out, then go to another one later in the year. But it's really good to have goals. I do see a lot of people, and there's no disrespect here. I'm not trying to start stuff, but there's a lot of people who say, I'm not into goals. I don't do goals. They weigh me down. They stress me out. They're not good for me. They limit me or whatever. And I'm not a free person without goals. No, goals are there to actually help you. They're actually to help you grow and be more successful. And if you stifle yourself, that's your problem. Maybe you're not making the right types of goals. Maybe you're creating your own hardship. So you may want to look at your approach. But for most people, this is a very good thing. In my opinion, I think everybody can benefit off of goals. And so just be careful what you spend your time and energy on. Some things are not very productive. Like, for example, if you had a goal to change someone that's an alcoholic, well, that's for them to do, not for you. You don't really have a place in that. You see what I'm saying? You can be supportive and maybe call them out when they're not doing things correctly, but ultimately, though, it is not your place to cure them. This is a lot of problems. There's a lot of personalities out there that think they can fix people. And so that's not a good example of some kind of goal or New Year's resolution that you should have. It should be something that can actually make you a better person so you can develop and grow or give you more capabilities or more skills. And so learning is a really big part of some of this, and just like creating new habits. And so once again, it takes 30 days to create a new habit. And so you want to start as soon as possible and reinforce that on a daily basis. My best to you in the New Year's. Good luck on your adventure, and I'll catch you soon.